the studios of Staten Island Community Television. You're watching In the Bleachers, the TV show for the world's most passionate sports fans.
That's right.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Hickson.
And I am still the hardest, baddest, sexiest man on cable access TV.
No, you're not.
That is true.
No, it's not.
Hey, are we going to have a 5 minutes discussion on this while let me finish my shtick, please. The hardest, baddest, sexiest man on cable access TV, which I could only claim because that is true. And that is Hector Bosa, coming to you once again from In the Bleachers. And I'll probably do it next month. I'll probably do it next Monday.
Next Monday and the Monday after.
And the Monday after. So people at CTV and management and whoever else don't like me.
That's the first funny thing you've done
and even
all,
the people,
all year.
Whether it's higher or lower, remember, this is a joke. Ha ha. Remember, I can say a joke. I could laugh. We're talking about sports as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
We're just trying to have a little fun here because...
Well, we're going to have more fun because there's a lot of business to discuss.
That's right. Now, we have... we were
let's go in our neck of the woods first because they just started the playoffs in Catholic high school football.
That's right. And you go ahead, read it off.
Unfortunately, one of the teams in our area wound up getting a major setback, and that was St. Joseph by the Sea.
Yeah.
Because they wound up getting outscored by St. John the Baptist 45-31. This was in the quarterfinals.
Yes, quarterfinals.
Yep, this was in the quarterfinals. And what's that?
Very good. I'm glad you're drinking what I'm drinking.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I had was some iced
cup.
tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Same
whatever.
cup we're drinking. Look at that. All right.
But on the bright side,
yes,
we do have a team that's going to qualify for the public school playoffs.
Ooh, public
and that's
school.
Wagner.
All right. No, Wagner's always had a good team, though.
Wagner's had some very good teams in the past.
Whether it's college or high school, they've always had dominant football.
Well, in the high school circuit, the team that's coached by Al Paterzo, who's been around a long, long time, his team just beat Port Richmond over the weekend. The final score was 30-6.
Yes.
So now Wagner is going to play in the first round of the playoffs, and they're going to go up against Midwood from Brooklyn.
Oh, geez.
Another
good team.
Another
good
Brooklyn
team.
power.
Yeah.
And speaking of the playoffs, Newdorp is another team that wound up getting qualified for the public school playoffs.
Newdorp, another strong high school team. I've said this before and I'll say it again. All public schools and religious schools have had powerful teams.
Yeah,
they really do. They go a long way.
A lot of teams have produced some good players that have gone on to college. Some have gone on to the NFL.
Yeah. And
it's just a product of, one, really good coaching, and two, really strong work ethic that these kids have.
Yeah, and not to cut you off, but like I said before also, and that is I think, produce more football players than baseball players, hockey players, soccer players.
Staten Island definitely produces more football players, that's for sure.
And actors. Acting
and singing.
And acting and singing in football, now that's even wrestling too.
Yep.
There's not that many wrestlers that'll say that they're from Staten Island. But go ahead.
So we mentioned that Wagner and Newdorp are going to be going to the playoffs, and two other schools that are going to be going are my alma mater, Curtis.
Oh, Curtis High School.
In fact, they're the number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Oh.
And Tottenville, which is the 4th seed, they're also in, and they have the luxury of having first-round buys.
And look at that. And you got MSIT, JV. Yep. What's the status on that?
Well, going down to the junior varsity circuit.
That's right. If we're going to talk about Staten Island sports, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Go ahead, Jamie. Hit it off.
Well, in the junior varsity circuit, MSIT wound up winning 20-0 over the host, which was Petrides.
Oh, damn.
And Tottenville won 8-6 over Grand Street campus.
Yeah.
Wagner wound up winning 18-12 over Port Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Moore Catholic won 34-6 over Holy Trinity.
Wow.
And Farrell shut out Holy Cross 42-0.
Now, you've known these teams longer than I have. Which one has the ones that you said, oh my, I couldn't believe that they won?
Well, as far as actual margin of victory, probably more Catholic.
Why would you say that?
Well, for one, the running game that they had was really, really powerful. They had almost 300 yards on the ground in this game.
Damn.
And you have to think that probably running the ball is more by design because keep in mind, these are kids that are freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
So the quarterback's arms may not be as developed like the upperclassman arm.
Yeah,
so they may have to keep the
sophomore, freshman,
Freshmen and
sophomore,
sophomores.
Junior, and seniors.
Yep, the juniors and the seniors, mostly juniors and seniors wind up competing in varsity.
Yeah. Well, if it all depends because I've seen guys that are on this level compete on this level. I forgot. What is it? What is it? Varsity and
It's varsity and junior varsity. They
junior
also
varsity.
They also have teams for only freshmen too.
Yeah, because they came up with new. That's a good thing because the thing is, scouts are looking even in public school, even at 5-year-old, they're looking at kids.
Oh,
now.
yes.
And now that open media and social media has opened, such as YouTube, even us using our Facebook things and so forth, we're media. Well, not the greatest media, but we're media nonetheless. Mm-hmm. And we see a kid, forget about it.
Not only that, but there are these websites that are out, like Rivals and also 24/7 Sports or Max Preps.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids, most of them are in high school, but then you have this one junior high school kid that's going to get a college scholarship.
Who's
and he
that?
hasn't even gotten into high school yet.
Who's that? Do you know?
There was this one kid from California who, if I'm not mistaken, wound up getting offered a free ride to USC, and he's a quarterback.
Damn. And well, and another thing too, when you're, what is it? Let's go over it again because my damn memory is freshman, sophomore,
Junior and senior.
Yeah, freshman, sophomore. You get to start learning how to throw, and also it's good for them to start throwing a little bit because at this point in time, like you said, we're starting to get into more workouts.
Yeah.
So their arms are a little bit stronger than normal, so I think they should start throwing a little more.
Yeah.
It's just that they're more afraid. Because remember, there's scouts out there that are looking, and there's parents out there that are going, let my boy throw, let my boy throw.
Yep.
Now, here's a question.
It could be that maybe mechanics might play into this whole thing as well because sometimes with these kids, they're so young that they may not have developed enough mechanics in their throws.
Yeah. Like with baseball, with curveballs and so forth, they're disallowing curveballs and so forth. Let me ask you something. A little bit off topic. When was the last time you talked about Staten Island sports?
Long time ago.
Only since I've been here, right?
Long time ago. Because of you, we're putting Staten Island sports back on the map.
And who's the guy doing the board again?
That's Rob.
Rob, I hope you give me a thumbs up. Thank you. You see?
By the way, speaking of Rob Asamaning is on the other side of the glass right now,
Yes.
and he continues to do a great
Drake?
job.
You gonna call him Drake job? Oh man! Hey. Oh.
You know why? Because
I didn't know he's Canadian. He's a Drake job. At least he's dating Rihanna. Right?
yeah,
You
from what I
dating
heard,
Rihanna?
Drake also got Rihanna.
Oh yeah,
pregnant.
he's giving me a thumbs up for that.
I was about to say, it's funny that I almost made that mistake of calling him Drake because I was watching a couple of Drake's videos before the show today, and I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
But Rob has done a really wonderful job ever since he first signed on to be a part of the family about a month or two ago.
Well, I don't know how long I'll be here, but it's
and he's not just directing this show either. He's directing a whole bunch of shows.
Good.
At the
Wait
station.
until he directs mine. Then he'll be on the damn crack committee.
Try not to get the kid in trouble, please.
Yeah. Bro, please. I'm in loads of trouble because nobody has a damn. Wait a minute. How am I supposed? Nobody knows a good joke, and even if it's a bad joke, it's a damn joke anyway. You know, even comedians bomb with bad jokes.
Yeah.
Because,
So what do you want to talk about next?
But you know what? This is another question. If you ever see a female athlete, whether it's in football, baseball, basketball, should they be allowed to play with the guys in professional level?
Professionally?
Right.
I wouldn't rule it out because there are some women out there that can really play this game.
Right.
when you think about it, it's kind of sort of happened already because remember, about 30 years
ago. I know
ago.
there's a Japanese girl that throws a knuckleball. She's in the professional league over there.
Yeah.
But my point is.
But here in the States, Nancy Lieberman Klein was the first woman
Yes.
to actually suit up and play in an all-men's league. I mean, granted,
Yes.
it was the USBL.
Yes.
But still,
Yes.
she was kind of a pioneer.
Actually, she also played for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, she was on the
so
Suns
she-
roster for
she was on-
preseason.
Yeah. But other than that, it's not that I'm a chauvinist. It's just the fact that if you're going to do that, you might as well have a mixed league. Because if a guy's not allowed to play in the women's league, then why should a woman play in the men's league? Does that bring up a good point?
You
Now,
make
I know
a good
I'm
point.
Get
But
loads
I will
of
say
calls
this,
and that,
though.
and I'm not saying.
We do have a woman on a coaching staff in the NBA.
No, that's good. That's
Which is Becky
good.
Hammond.
No, good.
She's on the Spurs staff.
No, good.
And she's done a very good job.
Good, no.
She's even coached their summer league team.
Great. No, coaching.
Couple of summers in a row.
Coaching is fine and so forth, but it's like being a female newscaster. You go into the guys' locker room. You know they're going to be naked.
Yeah.
And if they swing their thing or whatever in front of you, and you get offended by this, then you already know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But if a male broadcaster goes into a female, like say in tennis, and they're naked, and then they're trying to get an interview the same way they do with the men's, they're going, oh no, you can't because I'm.
You know, you brought up such a really good point
Well,
because many years ago, and this is going back almost 30 years ago.
I know we're a little bit off topic, but this is still talking
But I'll
about
tell you what,
sports.
you still bring up a good point because it's almost 30 years ago. There happened to be this one reporter, Lisa Olson.
Yeah.
You know about her story?
If I remember correctly. But
Lisa
refresh me.
Olson was a reporter for the Daily News and, Boston Herald. In those days, Lisa Olson was a reporter for the Boston Herald.
Right.
She went into the Patriots locker room after a game, and she was tormented by Patriots players who were just giving her all sorts of sexual harassment and
that shouldn't
sexually
happen.
suggested
Now that's wrong. That's
comments.
Wrong. That's wrong of them.
She
to
was
do.
so traumatized over this whole thing that she left the country and moved to Australia just to keep her career going.
That's wrong. That's wrong of them. But you know what? You know what you're getting. And you know what? Until I hate to say it again this way, but it's like breaking a wall. You have to take a little bit of the abuse before you go, you know what? You're one of the guys.
Yeah.
You know, you're one of the guys. We can tell, even though you should, even let's say when I'm around Double R, right? There's a lot of wrestlers that like to curse around women and so forth. And I say, calm down. Even though the women are saying, but I have respect. But again, that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Not only wrestlers, but, putting military people and so forth. They cuss up a storm, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying that whatever. They have some respect, but I'm just saying that in certain types of areas, they're going to cuss up a storm. And you know what you're going to get.
Of course.
But don't be too surprised. But nakedness in the States is like a taboo anyway. Beware of the nipples, as they like to say. But there's going to be a time, and what was that famous tennis player that was a guy that turned into a girl? I forgot her name.
The famous tennis player that turned into a girl?
Yeah. Oh,
that's the first I've heard about this.
Oh, many years ago with Martina Navratilova and so forth. But you know what? This is a topic that's going to happen eventually.
Eventually, it's going to happen.
Eventually, there's going to be.
If it hasn't already.
Yeah, well, with sports, that's going to be a problem because guys will accept it as long as you can be like the guys.
Yeah.
I'm not saying shower with them, even though, you know what, I'm one of those people that it's a body.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen it all. If you're going to go, oh, my God, I've never seen this, then you better go to your geology books.
And it's not just playing the game either. It's officiating the game, too, because we've also had
they get a lot of
the
abuse.
first
first female referees.
All referees get abused. Don't kid yourself. but the first female official to work an NFL game, the first female trainer for an NFL team on the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of strides made, but doesn't mean that they should be resting on their laurels.
Look at
because
that.
somewhere down the line,
look at that.
we're going to be seeing a lot more women.
Kenny the Graham is out there now. See, Rob left. He don't want to produce the show anymore. now he got Kenny
I think he might have had his fill of what we were talking about.
Oh, Jesus. Well, he's looking up geography.
Well, at least Kenny Graham was able to make it on the other side of the class for a little bit. What do you want to talk about next?
Okay, but you know what? That's a touchy subject, but you know, what the hell. But you know what? Let's talk about baseball.
Yes.
Cespedes leaving. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of trades.
And I already heard that Cespedes got offered a qualifying contract, $17 million.
For the Mets. From the Mets?
Mm-hmm.
Should he take it?
Should he take it? Yes, because technically he's going to be making more money. Right. Will he take it? I don't think so.
He
wants more years? He definitely wants more years on his contract.
I don't blame a person that wants more years because, you know, that's your livelihood. You always want security. But from management, you got a caller. All right. Let's got a caller.
By the way, 718-727-0143 is the number to call.
Oh, wow. Your phone cannot be completed as dialed.
Unfortunately,
that was a hell of a phone call, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you.
Well, in the meantime.
How long has he been working here?
Over a quarter century.
And look what happens. No, because I'm just joking.
I was about to say 718-727-0143 is the number to call if you want to speak to us.
Yeah, Lynn, by all means, I'd like to hear from Lynn.
Yeah, in all likelihood, Lynn is probably watching the show right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Lynn, but it's RR.
All right.
Hello, Ro.
How's that?
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, Ro. We miss you here.
Do you forget about me?
I miss you guys, too. Hey, you other one.
Yeah, thank you. I'm the other one.
The hardest, baddest, sexiest man on cable.
Yeah. I am the other one since I'm not here no more. You're right. I am the other one. Yes, I am the other one.
We miss you
Hector.
here.
Yes. But did you like our...
I love what you guys. I always love what you guys do. If it weren't for you guys,
I wouldn't
even be interested in sports.
Did you enjoy the jokes? So
yes,
for those
I
people
did.
For those people that don't
puppy.
understand jokes, even though they become, but you know.
I know, but leave it alone.
Yeah, that hurt.
But no, I was listening to what you guys were just saying about there being a mixed league. I think that would be a fantastic idea. There are a lot of women who are qualified to be able to be on a men's league. But you're right. If a man can't be on a women's league, why should a woman be able to be on a man's league? I think it's all fairness. It's all fairness. It should be open. If you should be able to make the exception for the woman, you should be able to make the exception for the man.
Boy, what a hot topic.
It's funny you mentioned that because there were plans to have a mixed basketball league. And they were supposed
I'd follow that.
They were supposed to bring a team to Staten Island, too, but unfortunately the plans kind of fell through. So I think that mixed basketball league might still be around, though. I'd probably have to Google search it.
Yeah, but I think that they should have it and be done with it. I mean, there are some women out there that can play. They're badasses. They can play like men, no problem. There's always the exception to the few. But...
There are plenty of women that are in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
But they should be. Nancy Lieberman,
Absolutely.
one of the greatest basketball
and just this
players
past
of all
summer,
time.
Cheryl Swoops got inducted as well.
Swoops as well.
And
regardless of whether you think of it as a sports or merely as entertainment, even in wrestling,
there
are women, especially in the luchador area of wrestling, that they wrestle the men, and it's not a problem. But did you know, we just found out recently that in New York State, they banned it. A woman can't wrestle a man in New York State. I think that's ridiculous.
Bone Crusher, yeah. The girl's name is Bone Crusher. She was about to fight this guy, and they said they halted it.
I think that's ridiculous. You got to go to Jersey if you want to wrestle a man and you're a female wrestler.
Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Who's that again?
Oh, that's Sky.
That's Sky. Come on in for a moment. Come on in. Just
She's
say
being
hi.
kind.
It's all right,
Hey,
but thank you. Thank you. I'm
Actually,
glad you enjoyed
Where's
it.
my big brother?
Actually, I'm actually talking about our friend Anjanette Pinkston, who we affectionately call Sky.
Yeah.
She's the co-host of Sky TV, which just pre-recorded here not too
Exactly.
long ago.
Exactly.
She, her daughter, her 2 grandchildren, her husband,
Do
all
you
her
have to
guests
go?
are still here.
Do you have to say grandchildren? Don't
Yes,
you
I
know
have
that?
to say grandchildren.
Just say children,
Hey,
man.
Even though
Why can't
she's
she
way
why
too
can't
young
she
to be a
a
grandmother.
Exactly, that's what I mean. You don't know if she wants you to say that or not, for God's sakes.
The whole entourage is
Oh,
here.
okay, that's better. That's better. That's better.
So what else can we do for you,
Go ahead.
Rosie?
Yeah, no, that's one thing. That's one thing. How come is it that in Luchador you have to go to bloody Mexico or Los Angeles to fight with the guys,
Mm-hmm.
and even in Jersey, but you can't do it in New York? USC's coming to Madison Square Garden, by the way. Too,
And it's
you know.
about time, too.
Yeah, jeez.
This is what, a 20-year battle that the state had with the people at MMA
Well, that's
in order to
And
bring
do you know
that
what the
circuit over
reasoning
here?
was behind why they don't want women wrestling men in New York? Because they are afraid that it would be promoting the abuse of women.
Domestic violence.
Give me a break.
It'd be domestic violence. That's
It's
what
a
it is.
totally different thing. Domestic
Wrestling's
violence.
fake, isn't it? Isn't
It's
it
not-
wrestling?
it
Is
has
wrestling
nothing to
fake,
do
bro?
with the sport.
Bro, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is wrestling fake? Is it wrestling
Well, let's put it
entertainment?
this way. We know that it's mostly predetermined.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We know
no,
that
I'm
the
saying no.
athletes-
Wrestling.
Let me
meaning-
finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We know that the athletes who participate in it are trying not to hurt the person that they're wrestling.
The
Yeah.
injuries
But
are
people
real,
do get
though.
The
hurt.
injuries are real,
So is
real.
it fake? Yes and no.
Yeah,
It's
no.
both.
I'm talking
It's
about
like
the
reality
entertainment side, yeah.
TV. It's both.
Yeah.
Because the wrestlers actually have to be acrobats.
Yeah.
To be acrobats and
Stuntmen.
bodybuilders,
Stuntmen.
to be able to perform the things
Jesus.
that they do.
Yeah, like,
And they're
yeah.
trying not to
Thank
hurt
you.
the other person.
Thank
So
you.
in that respect, it's fake.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're, oh, please. But
Hey, I was there. I did it. I did it. I could
the
say I did it.
fact
I could
that
say I did it.
they
I know what you're
are
talking about.
actually in the position of getting hurt,
Yeah.
and that they are actually doing real wrestling moves, it's real.
Yeah. it
So
is.
it's a case of there's this dichotomy where it's both at the same time.
Exactly.
Do I enjoy it? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course I do. I have the wrestling show. You guys know you
It's
were
a- it's a
the
good
best host
storyline.
anybody could ever hope for.
It's good.
And I think
storylines.
people are not really understanding what the situation is. When it comes to men wrestling women, it's competition. There's nothing
That's right.
abusive about it because these are well-conditioned, trained competitors.
Athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Athletes.
Athlete. Not
that are,
on
that are
quotes.
trying
This is
to
athletes. These are
go
athletes.
one up
They are
on
athletes.
another.
They are athletes.
Remove the quotes, they are athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how are you going to tell me that somebody like Awesome Kong or, oh, God help
She
me,
did.
what is
She
her
did
name?
fight men.
Yeah.
She was in
They-
actually
they
in a
could
battle
take on
royal.
a man and kick his butt any day of the week. So what? You're not promoting. That would be like saying that football
Even China.
is promoting violence against men, or white on black or black on white violence. That's absurd.
Wait a minute. Even China fought in
That's
in
right.
Attitude
She had
Era.
the title. She
Yep.
had the international. What was it?
The IC title.
Thank you.
And wasn't Jazz, who was in ECW for quite a while, a short-lived WWE World Heavyweight Champion?
Yeah, Angel
Yep.
Orsini too.
Mm-hmm.
Give up to them young ladies because them.
So
girls
for
are
them to say that
badasses.
this is promoting domestic violence is probably the most ludicrous thing that I've ever heard.
Yeah, but
It truly is. We are living
Luda.
in an age of over PC.
Luda.
You have to understand. You have to be, sensitive and tolerant. But when it gets to the point where it's like, well, you can't wear the color blue because some people might not like blue, and we don't want to offend their delicate sensibilities.
Oh, you mean
Their
like Jamie's wearing
delicate
blue?
Flowers. Oh, stop it. It's one of my favorite colors.
I wear
Anyway.
blue in support of my Giants and
There
Rangers.
you go.
Thank you. But you know what?
And you guys are amazing, because I got to tell you, before you guys, the only sport I cared about was baseball. Yankees fan, diehard, Mets fan,
That's fine.
diehard. Didn't care. But you guys make it so interesting. I actually educated myself. Hector helped educate me about how sports are actually, what the rules of the game are. And I actually, now I follow basketball.
Yes.
I follow football. I follow baseball. I've watched other sports that I never would have thought of. I remember one time I had the flu, and it was a Sunday, and I ended up watching football, I think it was football. Was it hockey? No. Football, rugby, and cricket all in the same day, and I was like,
yeah.
oh, dear God. All that's missing is a bowl of chili and a beer and me scratching myself.
Oh,
my
that's
goodness.
you can't say that. Remember, censorship. Wait.
Please, that's tame compared to some of the other stuff that's been going on and said.
But you know what? Let's go back to sports. Is there anything else that you like to say?
No,
we
just
close
keep up with the great job, guys. Miss you, Hector. You guys are an awesome team.
Why don't you come down to the station and join us for a show
next Monday? Next
Okay,
Monday.
I'll try to do it next Monday if you like.
Please do.
Yeah, we'll throw on the old beats.
Yeah, we could do a little bit of the old school hip hop that we used to do back in the day, right?
That's right.
That would be fun.
Hey ho!
Just hearing this right now, I feel like wanting to put on Backspin on
Throw
Sirius
your
XM
hands
just to
in
listen
the
to some
air
old school
and
hip hop.
raise them like you just don't care.
He said, "Hey, I'm a host."
You know,
Hey,
I think we still
I'm
have
a
that song on the
host.
computer, don't we?
Which
Yes,
one?
we do. It's in the deck right now.
Stomp the Bleachers?
Stop
Stop the Bleachers is there.
Can
We
you
have the
find
video.
it? Is anybody there? Hello?
I think somebody might be.
Oh, Jesus.
I think we might be on autopilot right
For
now.
crying out loud, 2 producers have gone
Not
to
only
putts
that,
around here.
but they turned the lights off in the control room, so
Turn
we
out
can't really
So now you don't even know.
see anybody.
Are they there? Are they not there?
Turn out
Nobody
the lights.
knows.
They must be doing something right. But you know what?
This is why I love hosting this show. with
Yeah.
you. In spite of the fact that you really drive me insane.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But do you know that that's part of what's the most fun about you two bouncing off of each other? You guys have got amazing chemistry.
And
Thank you.
And you learn about Staten Island sports.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, you do.
And,
It's fabulous.
And trees are saved.
Okay, if you guys
True.
are on autopilot, I'm going to keep my mouth quiet.
Okay.
And you guys
Just jump in.
have a great show.
Thank you.
But if I
Thank
do
you.
hear something really interesting, I might pipe in.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
Let's go now. Let's stick with baseball
Yeah.
because we got about 20 minutes to talk about football. So let's hit baseball right
Actually,
quick.
we got about 30 minutes to talk about everything.
Yeah, but no.
Do you
but,
want to
no,
stick
but
with baseball
Let's
first?
talk about because football is like 15 minutes of talking. So let's get with baseball quick. Yankees, Mets, somebody talk to me. What's happening with them?
Well, first off, it's funny that you mentioned because you
There
mentioned
have been
Yoenis
some-
Cespedes.
There have been big signings. I know that much.
Yeah. There's already been a big trade that's taken place during the World Series because Cameron Maybin went from the Tigers to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So he's going to be helping out the Angels outfield with a little bit of quickness on the base paths and a little bit more punch in the batting order.
And also in the Yankee news, we
As
don't
far
have
as
our,
the-
we don't have our catcher anymore. It's going to be the other guy. Now, you see, I'm so sports
there's
intellectual
still-
there that I can't even remember what I'm talking about.
There's still a lot of stuff to be discussed with the Yankees.
Go
For
ahead,
example,
shoot. I won't say
they
that.
wound up bringing a whole bunch of guys back off the disabled list.
Oh, damn.
That's the 60-day disabled
Somebody's
list.
in the control booth. Hello.
I guess so.
Is that Kenny to the Gram?
Could
Kenny,
be.
can you find in the bleachers? It's supposed to be in the deck.
Yep.
So if you can find it,
in the
I'd appreciate
meantime,
it. Go ahead.
I'll let you know that Dustin Ackley, Nathan Eovaldi, Chad Green, Brandon Pinder, and Nick Rumbelow are all back with the team off the 60-day disabled list. And they also promoted a couple of prospects. One of them just so happens to be a catcher, Kyle Higashioka, who spent a little time both at AA and AAA. And also the Dominican pitcher, Domingo Germán, who was acquired in the Nathan Eovaldi trade.
Yeah. You know, Chapman may come back.
There's a strong
Which is
possibility
good.
that he might come back.
Because he said last year, before they traded him, that he wanted to come back as a
He
Yankee.
really liked pitching with the Yankees.
And you know what? Even though he, again, another person with domestic violence problems who was acquitted or they fixed it,
Yeah.
He liked it here.
Yeah, he did.
He liked it here, you know.
And he electrified the fans every time he pitched at the stadium, whenever he threw 100 miles an hour.
And the other guy that pitched for Cleveland, he didn't want to leave either. But
Yeah,
they had
Andrew Miller.
But they got some good prospects for him. And they got some good prospects for Chapman as well. So the Yankees are – do you think the Yankees are on an up?
They're definitely on and up. Because
If they come out – if the prospects come out as good as they claim, do you see them – where do you see them down the line?
I would say – I would give them another – 3 years before they can really, really be taken seriously as a major contender, because these kids have to be given a little bit of time. Not only that, but there's still the issue of the kids that played with them this past season. Kids like Greg Bird wound up missing the whole year because he had shoulder surgery.
Right.
Aaron Judge wound up getting hurt. Mason Williams wound up getting hurt for a time.
Right.
Tyler Austin also made his debut. He played really, really well for them. Gave them quickness on the bases. He was good defensively.
So there's going to be a lot of good things for management, bad for the players because they're the ones striving to get to the major leagues.
One thing that I worry about with the Yankees is pitching.
Yeah.
After Masahiro Tanaka, you have one question mark after another.
Sabathia's knee.
CC Sabathia's knee and his contract situation, because he's a free agent now.
I would just let him.
Let him leave?
Let him. Unless it's for 2 years or 3, or at least it's for 3. If it's for 2 or 3 years, yeah, keep him on. Because he's not bad, but he's not good either.
Well, he was a real disappointment this year because he didn't throw the ball as hard as he did in years past. Plus, there's still the issue of his weight, and he was really letting down defensively. He had major problems trying to cover first base on ground balls.
I understand, but think of it this way. If you don't have him, who do you have? I can see if you had a load of pitching prospects that are up and coming and they're like ready to come up.
And they do have a couple of prospects.
So you know what?
Luis Severino was one, although he was more suited to the bullpen.
Exactly.
This other kid that they have, James Caprielian, who they got from UCLA, they're saying that he could be the next really good pitching prospect for them.
But look at that. You got to fill what? 5 holes.
At least five spots.
5 holes, 5 spots, right?
And there's also the issue of the bullpen, too.
Right. But let's start with starters for a second. You need 5 starters. So if you sign Tanaka and Sabathia and you get 3 young guys for 2 years or 3, and you know one of them is about to break down, you can always get one of those prospects and bring them up. You know, you're not losing as long. It all depends how many prospects you have down there. Then you say, oh, he's taking a job for the young guy, but you don't have that many people down there.
Yeah.
So I would say sign him, not for much, from a management point of view. You can't sign, but you know what? From a player's point of view, you get what you can get.
Yeah.
You know, and you love the game and so forth. Now, Bartolo Colon on the Mets, would you rather have him or CC Sabathia?
Oh, I'd much rather have Bartolo Colon. He's more consistent.
Yeah, see? It's all about the legs and hips. That's what the knuckleball pitcher said. I forgot his name. Joe Niekro. No, not Niekro. He was with the White Sox. Oh, I forgot his name. He said he used to ride bicycle and so forth, keep his hips and so
Charlie
forth.
Huff.
Charlie Huff, yeah, him. He was the guy that said, as long as you got good legs and hips, I'll throw anytime.
Yep.
I can throw.
And Charlie Huff lasted until his mid-40s.
Yeah.
Tim Wakefield, he lasted until he was about 44 or 45 years old, and he had a really good career.
Yeah, but you know what? Continue with the Mets. I mean, with the Yankees. Are we done with the Yankees?
Do you want to be done with the Yankees? There's,
No,
there's plenty of stuff to talk about with the Yankees.
Talk about quick.
As far as the Yankees are concerned, in addition to pitching, there's still the issue of the outfield. There's the issue of catcher. There's rumors about Brian McCann. Is he going to be traded back to the Braves, as has been rumored, or not?
No, actually, well, he's not going to start. I know that's for a fact. He's not going to start anymore.
They want to make Gary Sanchez the everyday catcher.
He's the everyday catcher.
And
it's been already.
Even though he had 50 games this year, what he showed, think of what he could do over 150 games.
I would keep McCann as a backup.
Yeah.
If you can keep him as a backup and play him at first base. Now, I told you about A-Rod. He may come back.
I really don't know
told you.
why. He doesn't
I
really
like-
have anything to
Oh
prove.
wow! I could actually. Oh okay. Oh look. Oh, it's in there. Yeah. Look. Hey ho.
Oh,
Hey.
brother,
Where's
here
my
we
hand?
go.
Yeah, look. It comes from here.
Here we go.
No, but now that we finished with the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
Mets, please talk to me.
Yoenis Cespedes got offered a qualifying deal of $17 million. Should he accept? Well, he would get a pay raise if he did.
If he wants to stay with the Mets, yes.
If he wants to stay with the Mets, yes. But still, there's the issue of whether he wants to test the market. My guess is he is going to be able to test the market. Not only that, but there were a couple of other moves that the Mets wound up making.
Lynn, if you're out there, please call. Text Lynn. Text Lynn if you can, please.
Knowing her, she's probably checking out the show right
No,
now.
call
Or maybe
in,
she's
Lynn.
maybe she's working.
That's right. She could be watching WWE too. But if you call in or anybody else, please call in by all means. But go ahead.
Well, they decided to bring back Jay Bruce, even though he slumped horrifically after he got traded from Cincinnati. Jose Reyes is going to be brought back as well.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
decided not to bring back Jonathan Neese, and they wound up activating a ton of guys off the disabled list as well. One of which is Matt Harvey, and the other being Zach Wheeler. So those are two guys who could very well be ready for the start of next season. Hopefully they will be ready for the start of next season. There's also been a lot of talk about Tim Tebow and
His leg.
His play.
He already has problem with his leg.
yeah, he already has a knee injury.
And you know what?
One scout already said that he has no business trying out for baseball.
I tell you something, and now here's what everybody thought, or I thought with his arm as a pitcher, I think that boy could be a really nice pitcher. As an outfielder, no. As a pitcher, if he was as good, not that he was the greatest football, he was a great college football player.
Yeah.
But he couldn't make it in the pros.
No.
But
He
what
can
do you
only
think?
last, 4 years?
What do you think? Hey, at least he lasted that long.
Which is the average shelf life for anybody that
yeah,
does
but
play in the NFL.
when he played with the Jets
And the
was
Broncos.
nothing. He did nothing with the Jets because he was a tight end.
He
or
was
whatever.
barely used on the Jets.
But my point is, don't you think that with an arm like that, he could be used as a pitcher? He has
maybe
a good arm.
maybe as a soft tosser.
He's got
Maybe he
a
could
good
throw a
arm.
couple of changeups here and there.
Yeah, he's still, if he made it in the football, as much as people tease about him, he's still got a strong arm that I think he could throw really hard. That ball.
Maybe he could be used as an outfielder.
That's what he's doing. That's what they're using him as an outfielder.
Because if he's really serious about this thing, the arm, I don't want to say it wasn't strong, but there was zero accuracy on that arm.
Yeah, I
and that's
know
what I
that's
worry
wrong.
about in the event that he were to be sent to play either of the corners of the outfield, because an arm like his, he could either airmail a throw to the backstop, or it could be he could probably throw a 3 or 4 hopper to the plate and not even be close and trying to throw out a runner.
I still think I think you're wrong. I think he's got a really strong arm. I think, because remember, football is different than a baseball, and I think with the
Football is different than a baseball, though. But
there's
there's also the matter of where you want to guide the ball to.
No, that's true. No, you're right. But I'm saying arm-wise and throwing the baseball, I think he'd be a hell of a pitcher. You know,
There was also an issue involving Jody Familia, the reliever.
Go ahead.
Not too long ago, he did an anti-domestic violence public service announcement in Spanish.
And don't tell
And
me.
ironically enough, he wound up getting busted for domestic violence in New Jersey. So if this doesn't tell you what is
it's
wrong,
not hypocrisy.
no,
You know,
it's not hypocrisy. I just find it really, really ironic that he would wind up getting busted for hitting a poor defenseless woman after doing a PSA about
Now
it.
let me ask you this: is it true that he hit her?
They already filed a complaint about it in
Just
Fort Lee.
Let's put it this way: until everything has been shown that happened, is subjective, because the news can say all. It's got to be proof. You got to show me proof that It's like a cop not beating a guy up and you see him on video. The guy has his hands up, and you see the guy belting him, and he's going, "But I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting." And you see the cops, the bad cops, beating the hell out of the guy. You know, I mean, no, you got to show me proof.
Yep.
Not that I'm saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, instead of showing me the money, show me the proof that it happened.
Yep.
That's all. Because there's a lot of women that use that just to get back at their boyfriends and so forth too.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with that. Even though that, on the flip side, domestic violence is a horrible thing. It's very bad.
On the bright side,
On that happy
a
note.
long championship drought was broken, and that was when the Cubs finally won the World Series
Ta-da!
after 108 years.
And the Knicks will be the next champion.
No. They will not win a championship in this lifetime because that sorry-ass franchise is too incompetent to win a championship.
Where are you? Double R, where are you?
I'll tell you what. The Sacramento Kings will win an NBA title before the Knicks do in this lifetime.
Jesus. Oh, God, no.
But seriously, the Cubs finally won the championship. Ben Zobrist was the most valuable player. It was a classic Game 7 that they played in this World Series just last week.
Do you know who won the marathon?
I know a man from Ethiopia won.
Well, that's
the
nothing
men's
new.
marathon.
That's nothing new because it's always somebody from.
Actually, let me correct myself.
Where?
The man is from the country of Eritrea.
Where's that at?
Germai Gebrselassie is the name of the man in question. And Eritrea, if I'm not mistaken, I think is on the southern tip of Africa.
But look at that.
By South Africa.
But you know, most of them come from that area. And that's no joke, man. They're very good runners, man.
They're excellent runners. They take a lot of pride in their work habits when it comes to preparing for marathons.
And it's almost every year somebody from. How can I say this without people going PC crazy?
And for the record, Mary Katani of Kenya won the women's marathon.
Kenya has a lot of good runners too. Kenya has had a lot of good runners when it came to the marathon. And it's that one and the Boston Marathon, next, right? That's the next.
And for the record, Germai Gebrselassie is now the youngest man to ever win the New York City Marathon. He's only 20.
Congratulations.
And those two were two of 52,000 runners that competed yesterday.
Man, I mean, I know I've had a lot of women, but damn, that's a long run for me. I couldn't do it in one day.
And get this, we actually have a Staten Island story.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
Michael Cassidy, who used to run for McKee Staten Island Tech and is also an Ivy Leaguer.
Now, what does that mean?
It means you go to any of the colleges that are in the Ivy League. Yale, Harvard, Cornell, Columbia, Pennsylvania, Princeton, Dartmouth, and Brown.
Okay.
Michael Cassidy competed for the University of Pennsylvania. He finished 24th.
That's not bad, considering out of the thousands of runners that
and his final time, 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 2 seconds. And he was the 11th highest American male to finish the marathon.
Now let's go with hockey right quick.
Yes.
Hockey.
Which reminds me, we actually have a couple of hockey fans that are outside, so maybe they might want to. Yeah.
Do we have
I know
hockey?
one of them is a big Ranger fan, and another is a really big Islander fan.
Do we? If us not, all right, fine. But let's
and
talk
they were here just before the show to
let's talk about
pre-record on another show.
Let's
but you want to talk about hockey?
Yes, let's talk about it right quick.
Right now, the Rangers are looking really good.
Yeah, so the Islanders.
Well, the Rangers are easily playing the best right now because, one, they've got really good young players that are giving them a lot of quickness and a real shot in the arm. And two,
okay, wait. I'm going
Chris Kreider and
I'm going down the line. Montreal.
Matt Zuccarello have played their best hockey
And
to
then-
start the season for
In the
them.
Atlantic Division, you have Montreal 10-1, Tampa Bay 7-4, Ottawa. you
Come
read
on
the
in,
rest.
gentlemen.
You read this. You read this. I
Yep.
don't want to read. You read. I
All right.
drink. You read. I
Let's
drink.
go
We'll
in
be done
our
with it.
division first, where the Rangers, Islanders, and
How's it going?
Devils are.
Oh, and don't
Go
you
on and
introduce these
yourself,
guys?
everybody.
Here you go. For
on and
God's
introduce
sake, what
yourself.
kind of a
How
host
are
are
you?
you? Go ahead.
I'm Darren Lev.
Go ahead.
And I'm Dave Paul.
Okay. And you, what do you guys do?
Well, I'm
We
an
are the fabulous.
I'm an actor. I'm on TV shows, namely There's No Way Out, The Bound, Crow Hill, Gotham, Crime to Remember,
You'll be on my show soon.
and I will.
19th, hopefully, if Lord willing. And you, sir?
I'm also an actor.
Okay.
I'm filming There's No Way Out right now.
All right.
Also going to be in The Bound.
Yes.
We're both actually in a movie called The Setup that
You're the director too. You're director.
I'm not the director.
But you're in both of these on the same.
Yeah,
We're
I,
both in it.
I actually play Ace. I'm one of the mob bosses in this feature film called The Setup that's coming out Saturday.
I wonder how you can think of him as a mob boy. Wow.
Who, me? Me?
Boo him. Boo him.
Nah, it's not me.
Are you kidding me?
No way.
Hey, you gotta be joking. Oh, but you know what? Let's go down the division. Go read. Just read this right quick.
All right.
Read it right quick.
Let's start in the Metropolitan Division
Yeah,
first,
please,
where the
yes, please.
Rangers lead by just a couple of points over the Penguins. It's the Rangers, Penguins, the Capitals, the Devils, the Flyers, the Blue Jackets, the Islanders, and the Carolina Panthers in that order.
Right now, gentlemen.
One of you
please.
guys is, I know you're the Ranger fan.
Who's the big
I am
Ranger?
the
You're a
Ranger
big
fan
Islander
right here.
fan.
I am an
Okay.
Islander
The
fan.
Mafia guy.
Yeah, the mafia. Because they've
Well,
always
we're
had
both mafia guys.
They've always had a great rivalry. Islanders, Rangers.
Yes.
In the 70s, in the 70s, early 80s.
Since the 70s.
Islanders, 4 straight ones. Then,
That's it.
rah Islanders. After that,
Then the Rangers won it in
Rangers
94.
Rangers have gone, whatever is it, every 3 years or 4 years they've done it. They've done since the last time they won. When was the last time they won?
Last time the Rangers won
he's
the
the
Cup
brain
was
of the
22
thing.
years ago.
But-
Last time they went to the finals was just 2 years ago.
Hey, at least they gone.
And that was a series that I really think they let get away from them.
So what do you
We
think?
actually-
What
well-
do you think of what's happening with the Islanders and Rangers? One of you, just Rangers first, Islanders second.
All right,
Go ahead.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, because they're
All
number
right.
one right now.
Well, I believe,
Go ahead.
in my personal opinion,
In his mobster opinion,
in my monster opinion, and if it's not right, I'll still say I'm right.
I'll kill
Um,
you. No.
I believe that the Islander Rangers, it's pretty intense, obviously, but I believe that with the Rangers this season, we're super quick this year. We have a lot of speed on our unit, especially in offense. The defense actually has quick guys too to actually match up with the offense this year
Okay.
for speed wise,
Right.
and we're basically going. Lundqvist gets the puck, clears it right out, and
Right.
we're gone. It's
Right.
almost like that movie, the Anaheim Mighty, the Mighty
Mighty
Ducks.
Ducks.
in a
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
the
yeah,
figure
yeah.
eight kind of thing.
One-
Like
one
we get it out
question.
and we're done.
You're a big Ranger fan, right?
Yeah.
What was the biggest bright spot, and what was the biggest trade that you go and you cringe and you go, I wish they wouldn't have done that trade?
Well, there's a lot of them
No,
actually.
but name one that really was hardship. That was like, damn, them idiots. Why did they trade this guy? If they would have.
well,
And think about this one, Islander, because I'm asking you the same one.
I wouldn't technically say trade was the worst thing that we did.
Okay.
I would basically say, goaltending wise, I really wish we still had Talbot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was a big mistake,
Okay.
but I knew Talbot was good enough to be a starter in the NHL. Unfortunately, for us, we couldn't keep him because Lundqvist is still there and he's still really good.
He's still doing well. Yeah.
But whenever he needs a break, we always needed a bright spot again. And with Talbot gone, I'm not 100% sure whenever Lundqvist gets a break that goaltending is going to be still as good.
Antti Ranta's not too bad, though.
No, he's not bad, but not like Talbot,
Now,
though.
give
Yeah.
Islander his shot now because Islanders waiting.
Oh, the Islanders. No.
I know you're really disappointed in the Islanders' start right now.
And
Extremely disappointed in their start. I really thought after the way they finished last year that the
They would
young
be
nucleus
stronger.
was
They would
really
be
going to be a
stronger,
lot
yeah.
stronger. But you know something, there is still a lot of hope with that team.
Just like the Knicks.
The Knicks are a helpless cause. They're another thing. I'm a Knicks fan, but come on, they're a helpless cause.
Actually,
No, the
they
Islanders
are
do have a
lot more
lot.
improved.
Yeah, thank you.
The Islanders
Thank
do
you.
have a lot of
Playoff team
potential.
for sure.
Yeah.
The young kids, I love seeing how the young kids are developing. I love seeing that Tavares is really taking quite a few of them under his wing and really teaching them the right way to play hockey.
Yeah.
And getting back to your
Yeah,
question
yeah,
here,
yeah.
again, not necessarily a trade.
Yeah, but the
biggest disappointment to me was that contract they gave DiPietro. That threw that
Millions
franchise
out the
back
window.
for years.
And now where is he?
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing a show for ESPN New York.
He is.
At
He
least
is.
his face is still out there.
At least he's
His face is still out there.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I think the Islanders are still paying him for what, 2 more years?
Oh, just like Bobby Bonilla.
Exactly.
He's got the Bobby Bonilla contract. And Bonilla's contract is until 2035.
Hey,
Didn't they
he's a
do
boy.
something
$1
like
billion
Albert
a
Bell
year?
too?
Come on.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Albert Bell's
yeah.
gone how many years now, and they're still paying that guy off?
16
think-
years he's been retired.
Well,
they're
that's
still
because
paying
he
him.
I think
renegotiated
he
his
has, what,
contract.
5 more
that's
years
why.
on that contract? 6 more years, something like that?
But you know what?
Crazy.
You know, run down the rest of the thing because we got
9 minutes
football.
left. Let's go to the Atlantic Division
Just run
right
it
now.
down right quick.
It's Montreal, Tampa,
Yeah.
Ottawa, Toronto, Detroit, Boston, Buffalo, and Florida that are in the order of the Atlantic Division.
Right.
I guess that PK Subban trade has worked out reasonably well for Le Canadien, hasn't it?
Really? It has it?
It's worked out really well for them. I want to
have
see.
no idea.
I want to see what it could do for the next 60 games, though, because Subban was a really integral part of Le Canadien's success in the past.
But you know what?
He was a very big part of their success. I can't believe the start that they've had. They're playing incredible hockey right now. Almost unbeatable. I think they've lost, 1 game so far?
That's right.
Go
10-1-1.
Go ahead, go down.
Central Division consists of Chicago, St. Louis, Minnesota, Winnipeg, Colorado, Dallas, and Nashville in that order.
Nashville.
And then the Pacific Division has Edmonton, which has actually played really, really well so far. Connor McDavid's had a really great start to this season.
Yeah.
And he's healthy.
Yes.
It's Edmonton, followed by San Jose and Los Angeles.
We're such good hosts. We always
And
give chairs to people.
speaking of the Kings,
Yes.
there have been rumors of a possible trade for Yaroslav Halak with the Islanders. Do you see this kind of trade happening? Because the Kings are in need of goaltending help. They're already down 2 guys between the pipes.
Hurt 'em or would that help them, depending upon who they get?
It would depend on who they get. I definitely think.
Who would you want?
I would want to keep Halak still.
You know something? I like Halak, but we do have 2 pretty good goaltenders. So if they did trade him, I really think that the Islanders do need some defensive help right now. They look like they're getting beat too much down the ice too quickly. It looks
Do
like
you
they need a
know
little more
who they're
speed.
getting?
You mean
Well, who are they trade?
I heard maybe the name Rob Drake. Maybe one of the Kings' younger players would be one of the guys in question.
Okay.
As far as the rest of the Pacific
Yes.
Division, Anaheim, Calgary,
'Cause we got
Vancouver, and
6 minutes
Arizona
left to talk about
are the
football.
other teams that are in order in the Pacific Division. Speaking of hockey,
Hockey.
I think it's going to be this coming Friday, that the new expansion franchise in Las Vegas is going to reveal their new nickname
Yes.
and the new team colors.
Yes, and hopefully the gang members won't be there to get them colors. No, no, but it's true though. You know, and they left it up to the people.
Yep.
What were the 3 names?
Well, 2 of the nicknames that I know of are Golden Knights and Desert Knights.
I like Golden.
I
and
definitely like
there
Golden Knights as well.
I like the
say the
Knights. Knights sound good. The Golden, the
Golden.
Nevada Knights.
Golden Knights, the Nevada Knights.
That sounds better.
last-
yeah. Especially
One
it's
other-
That has a ring to it.
Yeah.
There's also the Silver Knights.
Nope.
The Desert Knights, the Silver Knights, and the Golden Knights
I stick with
are
the
the
Golden
3.
Knights.
Golden
yeah.
Knights. Yeah, especially if
Golden
you're in
Knights is
Nevada.
definitely the
Especially
best.
if you're in Nevada, you know you're betting gold and you're hoping to win, and you know you had the gold nugget over there. At one
And for the
point, so
record,
forth.
the announcement's going to be made November 22nd,
All right.
which is
Now-
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Now that we've done this part,
Right before
now,
Thanksgiving.
now yeah, that's gonna be a lot of good turkey talk. But you know what? Jets, Giants. Here we go down the line. You tell me.
This was a
You tell
big
me.
win for your Dolphins because you're a big Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
He's a
big
big Jet fan.
Yes,
Horrible loss.
yes. Yeah, happy
Absolute
Thanksgiving.
horrible loss
Yes.
for our
Happy,
Jets.
happy Thanksgiving. That
They
guy
handed
Jay, what's
that
his
game
name?
to them on a silver platter.
That guy Jay, I forgot his last name.
Ajayi?
Yeah, Jai.
Yep.
Jay Ajayi.
Yeah, fantastic 200.
Didn't have 200 yards yesterday, but
Yeah,
he
that's
made.
what he did.
He had
Oh, he did. He
Still had over
yeah.
100 yards, and right now he's become their best offensive player.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But I have to ask, what is your overall feeling about Ryan Tannehill? Because he seems to be a real lightning rod for the Dolphin fans down there.
Where? No.
With Tannehill, I would say two things. Number one, I would have to say that I would like to see him throw the ball a lot more. They're running the ball so much that eventually, when they stack up that line and he can't run anymore, that Tannehill has to start getting ready and stepping up to the plate. I personally, in my opinion, I think he could do a lot better.
Oh, wow.
I would definitely say that he could really start laying up the ball a little bit more if they start giving him more of the opportunity. I think he can do it. But right now, it's just, ground and pound. And so far, luckily and surprisingly, we're actually doing pretty well with that. We're on a 2-game winning streak. We're 4-4 now. Definitely up to 500 finally again.
Oh, wow.
Just like how we finished off last season, 500 record. But right now, we are doing pretty well. But like I said, the offensive line has to really stack up more for the quarterback to start getting ready to start throwing the ball more. But other than that, right now, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Now, what do you think? What do you think about the Jets? Because I've asked Jamie before. I said to him, are they getting older, younger, or in the middle? How do you see the Jets right now? Younger, older, or middle?
That is the biggest question with the Jets these days. Should they rebuild? Should they not rebuild? Should they get younger? Should they go for more veterans?
In your position, but
in my opinion,
opinion.
I think that Fitzpatrick's done.
Fitzpatrick, Nick Mangold should go. And they should start.
something?
Should they start from scratch?
I have to tell you, just from a personal standpoint,
That would kill me. That would
it
kill
would
me.
kill me to see Mangold go.
But
Actually, the day that they drafted him, I've had season tickets for 22
Oh,
years
yeah,
for the Jets.
congratulations.
And we were at a
I never been to it.
was at a draft day party.
Yeah.
And he actually came to the draft day party and was meeting the fans. The guy who brought him there was trying to get him out,
Yeah.
and he refused to leave and said that these are now my fans. These are the New York Jet fans. I'm staying until the last one doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
It's really classy.
Yeah. No, but
It was amazing.
No,
it
no.
really was. It was great.
but
And
where do you see where do you see them?
unfortunately, I
They have
think
to
that
start
they
from
do
scratch.
need to tweak a lot. I wouldn't say start from scratch.
Because they
I
have a
think
lot of
that's
young
all gonna-
players.
I
They
think
have
that's
a lot
all
of
going
young
to
players.
depend on the quarterback play for next year. If Bryce Petty can come in and he can show in the last quarter of the season or last third of the season that he's capable, then I don't think you have to retool everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you think that he could be a project and he could play well, then I think you need to rebuild with him, around him. And some of the young receivers they have are great, like Robbie Anderson, Peak. They have some great young receivers there. Jalen Marshall's another one.
Offensive line okay.
I think that's probably our biggest weakness right now.
Defensive line is okay though.
Defensive line is great.
They're
I think
young. They're young.
They're
or old?
young. They have. That's another problem though that they have is they have 3 players for 2 positions,
Okay.
and all 3 are studs. Where you have Mohamed Wilkerson,
Right.
You have Sheldon Richardson and Leonard Williams.
Yo, they're gonna have to flip her.
And from what I understand, Mohamed Wilkerson and Sheldon Richardson wound up getting benched yesterday because they missed a meeting.
Yeah. But
It wasn't the first meeting, I understand. Also,
But
But,
here's the question of all because we don't. Oh damn, we got 1 minute left. We could better say goodbye.
Well, we better say goodbye, but not before we talk a little basketball. The Knicks lost again to Utah last night.
Yeah, they handed, but they beat Chicago. Don't forget because
Whoop-dee-doo.
Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, the New York Knicks are 2-4, which they could still make the playoffs. Because remember,
We
the
can't
Eastern Division,
determine
the
anything
Eastern
after
Division is the
6
weakest
games.
division. You're damn
Please.
right. You're damn right. The Eastern Division is the weakest
Anyway,
division.
gentlemen, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Pleasure. Thank
Thank
you for having
you
me on.
so very much.
Thank you very much.
Let's go on with our say goodbyes because we got
For everyone here, I'm Jamie.
I'm Hector. Don't forget to see me Sunday, 11 p.m., Channel 34, if I can still plug the show.
Yep.
The Home Invaders variety show with the hottest, baddest, sexiest man on cable access TV. That's me, Hector Bosa. And if you want to be on, just look me up on Facebook and my website, thehomeinvadersvarietyshow.com. Jamie, it was great doing it with you
Thank
again.
you. And we're going to be
next
seeing
Monday.
you. Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing you next Monday to
Yeah.
talk a lot more.
Hopefully, I won't forget to come.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your week, folks. Good night.
Good night. Shut up.